Hello everyone and welcome to Knaveswell Farm. So this is the final episode this week. We will be returning next week, of course, for possibly the big harvest. It just depends how we go. But yeah, today we really do need to concentrate on those cows. So that is what we're going to be doing for most of this episode, if not all of it. Just need to give this tractor a wash. It's in dire need for it. Yeah, if you stand still and point it at one spot, it tends to clean it a lot faster. But that's not very realistic. But anyway, yeah, what we need to do is we need to get the feed mixer onto this, and we ideally need to put the bale spike, I think it will be, onto the telehandler. Right, it should be able to attach. Put the PTO on. And really, we need to put this in an area where it's not going to be in the way. So probably just over here. We need to pull over to the verge because obviously this is a public road and we're kind of blocking it. Should be okay. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, turn the engine off because we don't need to be in there again until we have done the mixed ration. Now currently we have the pallet forks on here. Technically they would work, but not very well. They're not very effective. They're a bit too chunky. So we'll drop these off. I don't know if I did buy a spike or not. We'll have to check. Luckily we can afford it. But yeah, let's just take a look. We need to be in telehandlers, and then yes, we do own one. So where is it? Where have I dumped it? Is it in there? Nope. Okay. I need to go and find it. I wonder if I put it down here. Possibly. That's the manure grab. That's the front weight. Oh, maybe I didn't then. Where is it? Unbelievable. Right in front of my eyes. How did I miss that? Oh, now we've got it stuck in the wheels. There we go. So, yes, let's load this up. We are going to actually need the grab as well for the silage. But the hay and the straw bales are in here. Should probably go for the one which is turned over. Unless that's not... Oh, that's not even one. It's these ones here. Now I wonder if the quality on these has changed. Because when they get older, I think the quality does change. Yes, there we go. A+, they're okay at the moment. They're actually pretty new. Okay, that's one. Now for a second, actually no, just for a straw bale now. Do a straw bale. Take the one off the top. And we'll put that in the mixer. And then finally, we need to put a bucket or something on the front of here to grab a load of silage. So what I tend to do is I tend to leave them in here because this is where I know where they are. But as for the buck rake or anything like that, I don't even know if we still have it because I went through a phase of renting way too much stuff, so we probably don't even own them anymore. Although we do own a bucket. I have lost everything. It turns out the bucket was at the other yard because we were using it to load up the trailers. So yes, how did I forget? I checked the map and then headed over there. So what I really need to do is just leave stuff here so I know exactly where they are. But we'll put this into the mixer, and that should be a total mixed ration. There are many different concoctions you can do for the total mixed ration. This is what I tend to do, but I know there are other ways of doing it, like 2 hay and 1 straw, and then the rest silage. It really doesn't matter too much. This should still work. So that won't be a full load. In fact, I think it's only 70%. Yeah, 69%. So technically, we could do a bit more of everything, but I think, as we don't have too many cows, that should be okay. So we'll head over to them, of course, through the mud. Lots of fun. And this tractor is the worst for the mud, so this could be interesting. We reverse all the way back here. Try and mind the bucket. And then, yeah, we can get in there the back way. This way is just the easiest, otherwise you have to go on like a slalom course through the shed, which is not ideal, but it is possible. I've done it before by accident, thinking it was the right way. Technically, it is the right way, but it's just not a very good way. Hello, cows. We have got some food. They don't really react to the horn. Okay, floor it. Two-wheel drive, spinning, spinning, spinning. Yes, we're free. Hello, cow. Love how it reacts to the slippery mud. Right, is this the right side? Usually, I go to the wrong side. Yes, I think that is wrong. We'll go around here. Perfect. So that's filling that up. And that should be okay for, I don't know, a week maybe? We'll have to see. We have obviously bought a lot more cows, but I think for the time being that should be good. The next thing we need to do is give them some straw. Now you can actually give them straw through the feed mixer, but I prefer to do it with the bale shredder. Love the horn. The air horn is brilliant. I think it's an air horn. It sounded like it. That is so slippery. So all we have to do now is put this back. I will just double check on here to see how we're actually going. Yes, the cows, the productivity fairly low. It should start to go up now. The silage, they have got 4,689 litres, so we could give them more. But the total mixed ration, which is what we just gave them, is at 12,500, so that's pretty good. The milk will obviously be sold at midnight, so that takes care of itself. We have some manure which we can put on the fields if we want to. So we're doing okay. We will be spreading some more slurry when we have enough. And we should probably turn off the diff lock before we shred the tyres. I think we do own a bale shredder, so this shouldn't be an issue. But I always forget what we've actually got. Okay, in there you go. I've messed that one up. Sometimes I'm not too bad at doing that, but other times, terrible. Okay, just jump out, detach the PTO, and drop it off the back. So, do we own a bale shredder? Or was it rented? Let's find out. Yeah, it's feeding technology. We do own one. It's crazy how we're supposed to be the owner of this farm, and I have to check every time to see what we actually own. There it is. If I only had looked. That is looking dangerous. Just put that in a bit. Make it look a bit safer. That's much better. Right. Let's get that bale shredder. Looks like we might have to move the auto stacker out of the way first of all. Now it is possible with a certain mod to actually give the cows an entire bale without using the shredder. Now I like that idea, and I also don't like that idea. The fact that you just sort of dump a bale in front of them and say, here you go cows, eat it or something, I don't know. It just seems a bit lazy. So I prefer to shred it for their bedding, and obviously they can eat that as well. It's not their main food source, but it's much better as bedding than just sort of laying on a bale. That would be quite uncomfortable. So yeah, I think although that mod sounds okay, I'm going to stick with this idea. So going with the same tactic as before, if I just drive into here, and then we put the the tailgate down, the back door down on the shredder. Now when we put... Whoa, that was weird. Now when we put a bale in there, or at least it should do, it should roll into the shredder instead of just sort of rolling away from the shredder. So let's put the bale spike back on again. I should have planned this a bit better. And the bucket can go back to where we got it from. Or where it should be, actually. Not where we got it from. Just put it around here. In fact, putting it here might be the best thing to do, because we're going to need it for here again. Always try and adjust the head so it doesn't jump up. Something I tend to forget. The jumping up, I have shown this before actually, and it's probably obvious to a lot of people. But yeah, in real life obviously you have to angle that correctly and then drive into it, latch it up, and then you can either do it with the pin, which you get out and put in, or do it hydraulically. But in Farming Simulator you kind of have to get that right, because otherwise, well, now it should attach perfectly, like that. But obviously if you drive up to it at an angle, like this, it's not going to appreciate it. I should not have done that. We're back on 4 wheels. That was a terrible idea. Just sort of demonstrating what would happen, and it went a bit too well. Luckily we have a lot of straw bales, so bedding and feed is not a problem. In fact, we probably don't even have to do any more. We can sell them if we do any more. Right, so we're going to go for this one. And I've just remembered I'm not actually using the best spike here. This is the base game spike. Oh, I always hit that. This is the base game one, and it's got 3 spikes, which is okay. But if you use this one, it actually makes it harder, because the middle spike is a bit annoying really. It doesn't let you put the bales on properly. So there is a modified version which essentially removes the middle one, and it makes it way better. Okay, I've done this wrong. I've put it on the wrong side, but it should still work. If we lower that into there, then it should, hopefully, stay in there. Perfect. Yes, I won't put the sound effect in for the clapping this time, because I've already achieved this. I have successfully put a bale into the shredder twice now on Farming Simulator 15. Incredible. We actually need to be down here and basically just wait until we see the unload symbol. I think you have to go just around the corner. It's the bedding which I always forget about, the straw, which in a way is okay because it just gives you liquid manure instead. But if you're wanting to produce manure, you obviously have to do this. And the cows probably won't be too happy if they haven't got straw. That is 4,000 litres, so it's 4,000 per bale. In fact, it's probably a better idea if we open these gates, because we can go out of here. What I tend to do is give them 2, because that keeps them going for quite a while. As long as I keep checking, we should be okay. Right, let's go for bale number 2. I have put that in a terrible place. So what we really need is to put it on the right bale spike. So if we put it on the left one first of all, just to pull it out, then we can transfer it over, hopefully. Yep, that's what we need. And dropping it in there from this direction should be a lot simpler. Brilliant, so that's actually worked pretty well. All we have to do now is put that into the shredder, shred it, and we should be done. The cows did need a fair bit of work, but it was really just the feed and the bedding, because the manure can stay as it is. We don't need to mess around with that. The milk on this map, it sells on its own. You don't have to empty it. So, in fact, I think there is actually an option. I'm not too sure, but I haven't got that mode enabled. I haven't got the stop milk sale mod in my mods folder, so it won't do that anyway. But this should give them in total 8,000 litres of straw. There we go. So they should now have 8,000 litres or so. Obviously they've used some already. Quite a bit in fact. But yes, 7944, pretty good. That means they'll now produce manure, and I don't know if that does affect their productivity, but it's gone to 100% anyway. You can get it higher than 100%, incredibly. But yes, I think that is them done for now. I don't think there is anything else to do. The chickens are happy. You don't have to give them water or any grain on this map. So they're very simple. In fact, you don't even have to give them any water. They're incredible animals. They don't even need to drink. And the sheep, yes, they're fine. So, yes, that is it for today. Let's go and put this back. To be honest, it's taken less time than I thought it would have done. I thought it would be a mammoth job doing this today. Oh, these gates, they're so annoying. Really? 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 Oh. Open one, close the other. There we go. It's been a long day. Let's put this back. We better shut the gate actually, because the cows will be out. Oh, just one at a time. There we go. So with that out of the way, we can now put the bale shredder back into the shed. And I'm actually quite impressed with how the bale shredding went. There's definitely a knack to it, because I used to be terrible. In fact, I still am pretty bad, but knowing that if you sort of position it on a slope, it's a lot easier. If you position it so that the bales will roll out of the shredder, it's a complete nightmare, and it's very frustrating. So definitely angle it so that they're going to roll into the shredder, because it makes your life so much easier. But that is it for today. Again, sorry about the length of the episode. I didn't realise it was going to take such a short amount of time. But that is it from Knaveswell Farm this week. Next week, I'm hoping to do the harvest. I can't say for sure, but the progress here is very promising. Obviously, field number 1 has only just been planted. But if we speed up time, maybe skip a few days, then we should be very close. So I'm guessing that next week, the first episode, we'll be buying the Tucano Combine Harvester. That might mean selling some more silage, as we do have an awful lot here, but we're just going to have to see how it goes. Yes, there is 172,000 litres here. That is a lot of money, but we'll just see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and until next week, see you again soon. Bye for now.